गंगाधर गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्री गोरक्षर बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुगौर्य गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम अचय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विदाते गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्री चैतन्य श्री श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। मंगलाचरण। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ। नमस्त्रिकालसत्याय जगन्नाथसुताय च सभृत्याय सपुत्राय सकलत्राय ते नमः। जय 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 विश्वम्भर द्विजराज जय विश्वम्भर प्रिय वैष्णव समाज। गौरचंद्र जय धर्म सेतु महाधीर जय संकीर्तनमय सुंदर शरीर। जय नित्यानंदेर बांधव धन प्राण जय गदाधर अद्वैतेर प्रेम धाम। जय श्री जगरानंद प्रिय अतिशय जय वक्रेश्वर काशीश्वरेर हृदय। जय जय श्रीवासादि प्रिय वर्गनाथ जीव प्रतिकोर प्रभु शुभ दृष्टिपात। मध्यखंड कथा जेन अमृतेर खंड Je katha shunile ghuche antar pashanda. Madhya-khaṇḍa katha bhai shuno ekachite. Sankirtana aramba hoilo jeno mate. O dear brothers, please hear attentively the topics of Madhya-khaṇḍa, wherein the inauguration of the Sankirtan pastimes is described. Tavaivasmi, na jivami tvaya vina, iti vigyaya devi tvam, nayamang charanantikam. Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai, क्षिप्ताश्चकामादितरङ्ग मध्ये कृपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The glories of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata and Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur from Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita. Ore murda loko shuno Caitanya mangal, Caitanya mahima jate jani beshakal. Krishna lila bhagavate kohe ved vyas, Caitanya lila vyas Vrindavana das. Vrindavana dasa koilo Caitanya mangal, Jahan rashavane nashi sarvaya mangal. Caitanya Nitāi jate janiye mahima, Jate jani Krishna bhakti siddhanter sima. Bhagavate jato bhakti siddhanter sar, Likhiya chen iha jani koriya udhar. Caitanya mangala shune jadi pashandi javan, Sheho maha vaishnava hoy totokon. Manushe rachite nare aiche granta dhanya, Vrindavana dasamuke vakta Śrī Caitanya. Vrindavana dasa pode koti namaskar, Aiche granta korite ho tarila sangsar. Narayani Caitanyer uchishta bhajan, Tar garbe janmila Śrī dasa Vrindavan. Tar ki arbhuta Caitanya charita varnan, Jahan rashavane shuddha koila tribhuvan. Sahaje vichitra madhur Caitanya vihar, Vrindavana dasa mukhe amrite dhar. Vrindavana dasa mukhe amrite dhar. By nature, all the activities of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu are very wonderful and sweet, and when they are described by Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Jai Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai. The Gaudiya Bhashya of Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai. Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat Pranams, Champak Mataji, and Raseshwari Mataji, and I see there's one other person there. Oh, and there's Kishore Krishna Prabhu. Hari Bol, Dandavat Pranams. Okay, so what did we read yesterday? Yesterday we finished chapter 6. The Lord's meeting with Śrī Advaita Acharya. I'll just read the very short summary. This chapter describes, the previous chapter that we read, describes how Sri Mahaprabhu sent Ramai to explain the truth of his own identity and the news of Nityananda's arrival to Advaita. Also the arrival in Navadvip of Advaita and his wife with various ingredients for worship, and they're secretly staying at the house of Nandanacharya in order to test Mahaprabhu. Then the meeting between Advaita Acharya and Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu who is a super soul and knower of Advaita's secret pastimes. Advaita Acharya's darshan of the Lord's opulences, and the topics of Mahaprabhu disclosing the truth about himself to Advaita Acharya. So that was what we read about yesterday. And today we will be reading, let me get it up, Madhya, chapter 7 there. Today we're reading about the meeting of Gadādhara Pandit and Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. Hari Bo, Janardhan Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Okay, so now we're reading the Katha Sar by Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. This chapter describes the topics of Nityananda's stay at the house of Śrīvāsa Paṇḍita. Also, Mālinī's service to Nityananda in the mood of vātsalya. Mahaprabhu shedding tears while reciting the name Puṇḍarīka. Gadādhara and Mukunda's visit to Vidyānidhi. Gadādhara's doubt on seeing Vidyānidhi's opulent surroundings. Puṇḍarīka's transformations of ecstatic love on hearing Mukunda's recitation of a verse from Śrīmad Bhagavatam. That's where we're going to read up to today. Actually, we're going to end with Gadādhara's doubt on seeing Vidyānidhi's opulent surroundings. Then, and then tomorrow we'll read about Puṇḍarīka's transformations of ecstatic love on hearing Mukunda's recitation of a verse from Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Gadādhara's proposal to accept initiation from Vidyānidhi in order to manifest the pastime of counteracting the offense committed against the Vaishnav, and Puṇḍarīka's approval of this proposal. And as I think most of us know, our Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi is Vrishabhanu Maharaj in Krishna's pastimes. Gadādhara Pandit is Śrīmati Radhika. So it's, very interesting pastimes between Vrishabhanu Maharaj and his daughter, or Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi and Śrīmati Radhika. Okay, so now here's a more detailed synopsis. Sri Nityananda Prabhu continued to reside at the house of Śrīvāsa in Sri Dham Mayapur. At that time, he constantly remained absorbed in the mood of a child, and Mālinī Devi served Nityānanda as her own son. One day, when Mahaprabhu called out the name of his dear associate Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi and began to cry, the devotees could not understand his intention, and they inquired about this from Mahaprabhu. The Lord informs the devotees about the identity of Vidyānidhi, and also informed them that Vidyānidhi would soon arrive in Sri Mayapur. Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi then came and enacted the pastimes of a gross materialist while secretly residing in Navadvip. Since Mukunda, the best of the Vaishnavas, appeared in Chattagram, he was conversant with the glories of Vidyānidhi. He was conversant with the glories of Vidyānidhi. As the indwelling supersoul, Mahaprabhu was happy to know of Puṇḍarīka's arrival, but he did not disclose the news to anyone. Vasudeva and Mukunda were fully acquainted with the glories of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. One day, promising to show him a wonderful Vaishnav, Mukunda took Gadādhara to Vidyānidhi, who inquired from Mukunda about the identity of Gadādhara. When Mukunda informed Vidyānidhi about the identity of Gadādhara, Vidyānidhi was very pleased and began to converse with him. On seeing Vidyānidhi's activities, such as chewing betel nuts like a materialist while sitting on an opulent throne, Gadādhara, who was renounced since birth, became somewhat doubtful. So we're going to end at that point today, and then tomorrow we'll read about. At that time, Mukunda, who knew very well the heart of Gadādhara, recited a verse from Śrīmad Bhagavatam indicating the glories of Krishna. As soon as Puṇḍarīka heard this verse, he could not control himself. He fell unconscious to the ground due to love of God, and various transformations of ecstatic love manifested in his body. By his kicking, all the surrounding items were scattered here and there. On realizing Vidyānidhi's exalted position, Gadādhara began to repent on account of being disrespectful to him, and proposed to Mukunda that he would counteract his offense by taking initiation from Vidyānidhi. Learning the intention of Gadādhara, Mukunda became happy and praised him. After about 6 hours, Vidyānidhi regained his external consciousness. When Vidyānidhi saw that Gadādhara's eyes were filled with tears, he embraced him affectionately, and Gadādhara stood there with great awe and reverence. So, anyways, we'll read the rest of that tomorrow. Okay. Nāchere Caitanya Guna Nidhi. Nāchere Caitanya Guna Nidhi, asadhane chintamani hate dilo vidhi. It seems like there's a word missing here. Lord Chaitanya, the reservoir of transcendental qualities, is dancing wonderfully. Although I am without qualification, Providence has given me this touchstone. Asadhane chintamani hate dilo vidhi. The Gaudiya Bhashya of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. The stone that can bestow on a person his desired results is called a chintamani, or a touchstone. Śrī Caitanya-dev is the most precious gem from the ocean of transcendental qualities. His extraordinary prowess is like the dancing of a dancer who is expert in the fields of art and dance. I am completely incapable and unqualified in the field of sadhana, or spiritual practices, asadhane. In spite of knowing that I am an unqualified person, the Creator has placed that most precious stone in my hands without any sadhana on my part. Jai Jai Shri Gaura Sundara Sarva Pran, Jaya Nityānanda Advaitera Prem Dham. All glories to Shri Gaurasundar, the life and soul of all. All glories to the abode of Nityananda's and Advaita's love. Gaudiya Bhashya. Shri Gaurasundar is the original life of all living entities. He is the only shelter for both Nityananda's and Advaita Prabhu's love. Let that Śrī Caitanya-dev be glorified again and again. Jaya Shri Jagadananda Shri Garbha Jivan, Jaya Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi Pranadhan. All glories to the life and soul of Shri Jagadananda and Shri Garbha. All glories to the wealth and life of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. Jai Jagadisha Gopinater Ishwar, Jaya Hok Jata Gaura Chandra Anuchar. All glories to the Lord of Jagadish and Gopinath. All glories to the associates of Lord Gaurachandra. Henomate Navadvipe Shri Gauranga Rai, Nityānanda Shange Ranga Koroye Sadai. In this way, Shri Gauranga Rai constantly enjoyed various pastimes with Nityananda in Navadvip. Advaita Loiyad Sab Vaishnava Mandal, Mahanrita Gita Kore Krishna Kola Holo. All the devotees accompanied Advaita in dancing and loudly chanting the names of Krishna. Gaudiya Bhashya. Two classes of people live in society. The first are called Vaishnav Mandal, that's the Daiva Samaj, who are attached to the devotional service of Lord Vishnu. And the other are called Avaishnav Mandal, or Asura Samaj, who are devoid of devotional service to Lord Vishnu and who engage in worshipping many gods. Advaita Prabhu was the leader of that Vaishnav Samaj. In the Padma Puran it is stated, Dvau bhuta sargalokesmin daiva asura evacha Vishnu bhakta smrito daiva asurastar viparyaya. There are two classes of men in the created world. One consists of the demoniac and the other of the godly. The devotees of Lord Vishnu are the godly, whereas those who are just the opposite are called demons. In order to gratify their senses, the conditioned souls make useless noises. The devotees of the Lord, however, profusely dance and sing for the service of Krishna, and thus display their respective sentiments for the service of the Lord. Nityānanda rahilen Śrīvāsa ghare Nirantar balya bhav ano nahi spure. Nityānanda continued to reside in the house of Śrīvāsa Paṇḍita. He was constantly in the mood of a child and did not manifest any other mood. Apani tuliya hate bhata nahi khai Putra pray kori anna Mālinī yogai. He would not eat rice with his own hands, so Mālinī fed him as her own son. Gaudiya Bhashya. Just as the mothers of small children feed their offspring the necessary foods because they cannot eat with their own hands, the wife of Śrīvāsa, Mālinī, who is absorbed in the wife of Śrīvāsa, Mālinī, who is absorbed in the mood of vātsalya, also fed Nityānanda with her own hands. Ebe shuno Śrī Vidyānidhir agaman Puṇḍarīka nama Śrī Krishner priyatama. Now hear the description of Śrī Vidyānidhi's arrival. His name was Puṇḍarīka, and he was very dear to Lord Krishna. Gaudiya Bhashya. Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was a learned scholar and a very dear devotee of Lord Krishna. In Vedic literature, the Supreme Lord is often addressed as Puṇḍarīkaksha. Therefore, Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was renowned as a surrendered devotee of that Lord. In the Chandogya Upanishad 167, it is stated, Tasya yatha kapyasyam Puṇḍarīkam evam akshini tasyod iti nama sa esha sarvebhya papamabhya udita udeti havai sarvebhya papamabhyo ya evam veda. The eyes of that personality are as beautiful as the lotus. He is untouched by sinful reactions, and anyone who worships that personality also becomes untouched by sinful reactions. In order to increase the sanctity of the province of Chattogram, which is situated on the eastern horizon of Gauradesh, the Lord had his dear devotee Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi appear there. The place of Vidyānidhi's appearance is known as Mekhalagram, which comes under the jurisdiction of the Hatta Hajari police station in the district of Chattogram. Prachya bhumi chatti gram dhanya kori bare thatatane avatirna kori la ishvare. In order to glorify the eastern tract of land known as Chattogram, the Supreme Lord induced him to appear there. Navadvipa korilen Ishvar prakash Vidyānidhi na dekhiya chare ghana shvas. Although the Lord personally appeared in Navadvip, he sighed deeply because of not seeing Vidyānidhi there. Gaudiya Bhashya. When Śrī Mahāprabhu was manifesting his own opulent Vaikuntha pastimes in the city of Navadvip, he breathed heavily with feelings of separation from Vidyānidhi. Nritya kori uthiya poshila gora rai, Puṇḍarīka bap boli kande ubharai. One day, after dancing, Gora Rai sat down and cried loudly as he exclaimed, "Oh, my father, Puṇḍarīka! Puṇḍarīka are mor bapare bandhure, kabe toma dekhibo are re bapare." "Oh, Puṇḍarīka, my father, oh friend, when will I see you, my dear father?" Gaudiya Bhashya. In Vraj-lila, Puṇḍarīka was the father of Śrī Radhika. That is why Śrī Gaurasundar addressed him as father. Heno Caitanyera priya patra Vidyānidhi, Heno Bhakta prakashila Gauranidhi. Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was such a dear associate of Lord Chaitanya. Gaura Rai manifested many such devotees in this world. Prabhu je krandana kore tan, Prabhu je krandana kore tananam, loya bhakta shab keho kichu na bhujena iha. Oops, sorry, this is divided wrong. Prabhu je krandana kore tananam loya bhakta shab keho kichu na bhujena iha. The devotees could not at all understand why the Lord cried while calling this name. Shabe bole Puṇḍarīka bolen Krishnere, Vidyānidhi nama shuni shabe vichare. They said that Puṇḍarīka refers to Krishna, but on hearing the name Vidyānidhi, they began to consider. Gaudiya Bhashya. On hearing the word Puṇḍarīka from the mouth of Gaurasundar, the devotees first thought that it was the name of Krishna, because at that time they had no idea who Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was. Kona priya bhakta iha sabe bhujilen, bahya hoile prabhu sthane sabe bolilen. They understood that he must be a dear devotee of the Lord. When the Lord regained his external consciousness, they all inquired from him, Kon bhakta lagi prabhu koroho krandan, satya ama sabha prati koroho kathan. O Lord, for which devotee do you cry? Please tell us the truth. Ama sabar bhagya hok hokatane jani, tar janma karma kota koho prabhu shuni. Let us have the good fortune of knowing him. Please tell us where he was born and what are his activities. Prabhu bole tomra shakale bhagyavan, shunite hoila icha tahar akhyan. The Lord replied, You are all indeed fortunate, for you have developed a desire to hear about him. Parama arbhuta tar shakala charitra, tar nama shravane o sangsar pavitra. All his characteristics are most wonderful. Simply by hearing his name, the entire world becomes purified. Vishayera pray tar parichada sab, jinite na pare keho tiho je Vaishnav. His external appearance is just like a materialist. No one can recognize him as a Vaishnav. Gaudiya Bhashya. The pastimes of Krishna are incomprehensible to the materialists. Sometimes the devotees of Krishna also remain incognito and deceive the living entities of this world by covering themselves with material opulences. Ordinary foolish people who are endowed with material vision consider Lord Krishna a temporary hero, and thus they lose all faith in him. Some of them consider Lord Krishna a historical mortal human being who is subjected to birth and death. Thus they fail to know him. The devotees of Krishna also often display the pastimes of gross materialists on account of their reluctance to reveal their actual identity before the eyes of unqualified persons. In order to bewilder those who were eligible to be illusioned by seeing one's external dress, Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi presented himself in the dress of a gross materialist in the pastimes of Gaur, the covered incarnation. Chati grame janma vipra parama pandita parama swadharma sarva loka apekhita. He took birth in Chattagram and is a greatly learned Brahman. He is expert in following his religious duties and is honored by all. Gaudiya Bhashya. He was honored by all. Since he was a learned scholar, he was respected by all students. The Brahmins highly regarded him because he was prosperous. Knowing him to be most pious, ordinary people learned religious principles from him. Krishna Bhakti Sindhu Maje Bhashe Nirantar Ashrukampa Pulaka Beshtita Kalevar. He constantly floats in the ocean of devotional service to Krishna. His body is decorated with the symptoms of ecstatic love, like tears, shivering, and hairs standing on end. Gaudiya Bhashya. Ordinary living entities they are prone to enjoy objects not related to Krishna, and they are busy enjoying material objects. But this was not the case with Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. He was constantly engaged in the service of Krishna and remained decorated with the symptoms of ecstatic love, like tears, shivering, and hairs standing on end. Ganga snana na koren pada sparsha bhai, Gadādhara shana kore nishar shamai. He does not take bath in the Ganga, for he fears touching her waters with his feet. He takes darshan of the Ganga only at night. Gaudiya Bhashya. He did not take bath in the Ganga to cleanse his sinful reactions like ordinary people who are engaged in fruitive activities. But since he had strong respect and unshakable faith in the waters that have emanated from the lotus feet of Vishnu, even though he did not take bath because he feared touching the water with his feet, he avoided the vision of the public and took darshan of Sri Ganga at night. Gangai je sab lok kore anachar, kulola danta dhavana kesha samskar. Many people disrespect the Ganga by rinsing their mouths, brushing their teeth, and washing their hair in her waters. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word kulola means rinsing the mouth. E shakala dekhiya payan mane vyata, eteke dekhen Ganga nishai sarvata. On seeing these activities, he feels pain at heart. For this reason, he goes to see the Ganga at night. Gaudiya Bhashya. The Vaishnavas of the Śrī Ramanuja Sampradaya, who worship the Lord with awe and reverence, do not take bath in the waters of the Ganga. They purify themselves simply by sprinkling Ganga water on their heads. Although persons who are envious of the Vaishnavas know that the Ganga has emanated from the lotus feet of Vishnu, they knowingly or unknowingly wash their mouths and brush their teeth with that water. Since the exalted devotee Puṇḍarīka had strong devotion for Vishnu, he was extremely pained to see this behavior of the non-devotees. That is why he avoided the vision of those ordinary people and took darshan and honored the spiritual waters of the Ganga at night. Vichitra Vishvasa ar ekashunotana Devarchana purve kore Ganga Jalapana. Now hear another of his wonderful characteristics. He drinks the water of the Ganga before worshipping the Lord. Tabe she koren puja adi nitya karma iha sarva panditere bhujayena dharma. Then he worships the Lord and executes his other regular duties. In this way, he teaches religious principles to all learned scholars. Gaudiya Bhashya. Ordinary proud learned scholars take bath in the Ganga in order to cleanse their own sinful reactions. But Puṇḍarīka drank Ganga water before beginning his worship to reveal the glories of the Ganga. This is proper conduct for the worship of the Lord. This proper conduct for worship of the Lord was followed by many persons. Chatigrame achen etai obari ache. Asiben samprati dekhiba kichu pache. He lives in Chattagram, yet he also has a house here. He will come soon, then you will all see him. Gaudiya Bhashya. Although Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi resided in Chattagram, he had a house on the bank of the Ganga in Sri Mayapur. At that time, the learned scholars of Gaudadesh came to the city of Navadvip and established their own schools. Tar jhatake hoy chinite na pariba, dekhile vishai matra jnana se koriba. On seeing him, none of you will immediately recognize him. Rather, you'll simply consider him a materialist. Tare na dekhiya ami swasti nahi pai, shabe tare akarshiya anaho ethai. I cannot have peace of mind without seeing him. Therefore, all of you attract him to come here. Dandavat pranams Nari Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji. I was wondering where you've been these past couple days. All right.
We've been Dandavat. We just came back to Hawaii.
Okay. Okay. That explains it. Okay. Great to see you back. Kahi tar kata Prabhu avishta hoila, Puṇḍarīka bap boli kandite lagila. After speaking in this way, the Lord became overwhelmed and began to cry and call out, "O Puṇḍarīka, O Father!" Maha uchai sware Prabhu rodana koren, Tahar bhakter tattva tiho se janen. The Lord cried loudly. Only He knows the glories of His devotees. Haribol Sudevi Didi. Bhakta tattva chaitanya goshai matra jane, Shei bhakta jane jare kohen apane. Lord Chaitanya alone knows the glories of his devotees. Only one whom he favors may also know them. Ishvarer akarshana hoilo tar prati, Navadvipe asite tahar hoilo mati. In this way, the Lord attracted Puṇḍarīka, who thus decided to visit Navadvip. Aneka sevaka shange aneka sambhar, Aneka brahmana shange shishya bhakta tar. He came with many servants, brahmanas, disciples, devotees, and paraphernalia. Asiyaro hila navadvipe gura rupe, Parama bhogir prai sarvaloka dekhe. He came and secretly resided in Navadvip, where everyone saw him as a gross materialist. Vaishnava samaje iha keho nahi jane, Shabe matra mukunda janila sheikhane. None of the Vaishnavas knew him except Mukunda, who immediately recognized him. Shri Mukunda beja ojha tar tattva jane, eka shange mukunder janma chati grame. The learned doctor Shri Mukunda knew him, for they were both born in Chattagram. Gaudiya Bhashya. Up to this time, none of the Vaishnavas knew the actual glories of Puṇḍarīka. Only Mukunda Datta, the learned doctor of Chattagram, knew about him. Vidyānidhi agamana janiya goshai, je ananda hoilo, tahar antanai. The Lord was unlimitedly happy to know about the arrival of Vidyānidhi. Kono Vaishnavere Prabhu na kohe bhangiya, Puṇḍarīka achin vishai prai hoya. But the Lord did not disclose this fact to any of the Vaishnavas. Puṇḍarīka appeared to be just like a materialist. Gaudiya Bhashya. Sri Gaurasundar obtained unlimited happiness on learning of Vidyānidhi's arrival in Sri Mayapur, but he did not disclose this news to any of his Vaishnava followers. Therefore, seeing Puṇḍarīka as one of the gross materialists, the Vaishnavas did not become eager to serve him. Jata kichu tar prema bhaktir mahatva, Mukunda janen ar Vasudeva Datta. Only Mukunda and Vasudeva Datta knew the glories of his ecstatic love. Gaudiya Bhashya. The glories of Puṇḍarīka's unalloyed loving service were known only to the learned doctor Mukunda and Vasudeva Datta Thakur. Mukundera boro priya Paṇḍita Pandit Gadādhara, ekanta Mukunda tar shange anuchar. Gadādhara Pandit was very dear to Mukunda. He was a constant companion of Mukunda. Jathakar je varta kohen asishav, aji etha aila eka arbhuta Vaishnav. Whatever news Mukunda heard, he would tell to Gadādhara. One day he said, "Today a wonderful Vaishnava has arrived." Gadādhara Paṇḍita shunoho savadhane, Vaishnava dekhite je vanchaho tumi mane. O Gadādhara Pandit, listen carefully. Would you like to see a Vaishnava? Mukunda asked Gadādhara Pandit. Gaudiya Bhashya. Gadādhara Pandit was very dear to Mukunda. Mukunda informed him about the arrival of Puṇḍarīka and thus increased his enthusiasm to see an exalted Mahābhagavata Vaishnava. Arbhuta Vaishnava aji dekhabo tomare, sevaka koriya jeno smaraho amare. Today I will show you a wonderful Vaishnava, so that you may think of me as your servant. Gaudiya Bhashya. If I introduce you to an extraordinary exalted Vaishnava, then please accept me as your servant in exchange. This will be my reward. Shuni Gadādhara boro harisha hoila, shekhane Krishna boli dekhite cholila. On hearing this, Gadādhara became very pleased. They immediately departed while chanting the name of Krishna. Haribol Vidyalala Sadidi. Boshiya achen Vidyānidhi Mahāshay. Sammukhe hoilo Gadādharer Vijay. Vidyānidhi Mahāshay was sitting in his house when Gadādhara arrives before him. Gadādhara Paṇḍita Korila Namaskar. Boshaila Asane Koriya Puraskar. Gadādhara Pandit offered obeisances to Puṇḍarīka, who in turn offered him a seat. Jigyasila Vidyānidhi Mukundera Sthane. Kibanam Ihar Thaken Kon Grame. Vidyānidhi asked Mukunda, "What is his name and where does he live?" Vishnu Bhakti Tejomoy Deki Kalevar. Akriti Prakriti Dui Parama Sundar. I can see that his body is effulgent due to his devotion to Vishnu. His appearance and nature are both enchanting. Mukunda bolen Śrī Gadādhara naam. Shishu hoite sangsare virakta bhagyavan. Madhava Mishrer putra kohi vyabhare. Shakala Vaishnava Priti Vasen Ihare. Mukunda said, "His name is Śrī Gadādhara. He is fortunate because since his childhood he has been detached from family life. He is known as a son of Madhav Mishra. All the Vaishnavas have great affection for him." Gaudiya Bhashya. In answer to Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi's questions regarding Śrī Gadādhara, Mukunda said, "Among the common people and by worldly consideration, he is the son of a Brahmin named Madhav Mishra. He is situated in the principles of renunciation from his very childhood. In other words, he introduced Gadādhara according to his situation within Varnashram. But he is the object of love for all Vaishnavas." Bhakti pate ratta sanga bhakter sahite. Shuniya tomar naam aila dekhite. He is constantly engaged in devotional service and always associates with devotees. On hearing your name, he came to see you. Shuni Vidyānidhi boro santosha hoila. Parama Gaurave Sambhashi bare lagila. Vidyānidhi was greatly satisfied to hear this, and he began to speak to him with great respect. Boshiya achen Puṇḍarīka Mahāshay. Rajaputra heno kori achen vijay. The way Puṇḍarīka Mahāshay sat there, it appeared as if he were a prince. Devyakata hingule pitale shobha kore. Devya chandra tapatin tahar upare. He sat on an opulent reddish couch decorated with brass armrests. There were 3 opulent canopies above his head. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase Divyakata refers to a beautiful raised couch. The word hingula refers to a paint made from the mixture of a particular mineral and mercury. The word pital means made of brass, and the word chandratap means canopy. Chandratap. Oh, and Kishore Krishna just shared a photo. Let's see it. There's a photo of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi on top of this reddish couch. Yeah, that's not letting me make it big. Anyways. Okay. Tahe divya sharya shobhe ati shukshma vase pattaneta balish shobhaye chari pashe. Next to him, there was an opulent bed covered with fine silk cloth and having pillows on all sides. See the massive pillows? Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase pattaneta means silk cloth. In common language, the word neta means a rag or a piece of cloth. The word balish means pillows. That's how you say, no, that's Bengali. Balish is pillows in Bengali. Takiya is in Hindi. Boro jhari, choto jhari, gutti pancha sat. Divya pita ler bata, paka pana tata. There were 5 or 7 big and small water pots. There was an opulent brass container filled with already prepared pan. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word jhari means water pot or a pitcher with a spout. The phrase pitaler bata refers to a container for keeping pan. Divya alavati dui shobhe dui pashe pana khaya adhar dekhi hase. 2 opulent spittoons were on his 2 sides. So if he wanted to spit on that side or if he wanted to spit on that side, they were there for him. He smiled as he chewed pan and looked at his lips. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word alavati refers to a spittoon. Devya mayurer paka loy dui jane vatasa korite ache deha sarva khane. 2 persons constantly fanned him with opulent fans made from peacock feathers. Chandanera udva Puṇḍarīka kopale kander sahita tati phagu bindu mile. His forehead was decorated with sandalwood paste tilak and dots of sandalwood paste mixed with vermilion. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase phagu bindu refers to red dots of vermilion. Ki kohibo sheva kesha bharer samskar Vidyānidhi amalaki bohe nahi ar. What can I say about the wonderful style of his hair, which was anointed with fragrant amalaki oil? Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase Vidyānidhi amalaki refers to herbal oil that is applied to the hair. Bhaktir prabhave deha madana saman jena chine tar hoy raja putra gyan. By the influence of devotional service, his body appeared like that of Cupid. Anyone who did not know him would certainly consider him a prince. Sammukha vichitra eka dola sahavan Vishayir prajena vyabhara sangstan. In front was a wonderful palanquin equipped with all accessories. By his paraphernalia, he appeared to be a materialist. Gaudiya Bhashya. Another reading for Dol Sahavan is Dol Sahaman. Both readings refer to a palanquin with its accessories. The word sahaman refers to his accessories like cushions. Dekiya vishay rupa deva Gadādhara sandeha vishesha kichu janmila antar. On seeing his materialistic form, some doubt arose in the heart of Śrī Gadādhara. Ajanma virakta Gadādhara Mahāshaya Vidyānidhi prati kichu janmilo sangshay. Gadādhara Mahāshaya had been renounced from the time of his birth, so he developed some doubts about Vidyānidhi. Bhaloto Vaishnavasha Vishayiravesh Divya Bhog Divya Vasa Divya Gandakesh. He is a great Vaishnav. His appearance with his opulent foodstuffs, opulent dress, and opulent hairstyle is completely like that of a materialist. Shuniyato bhalo bhakti achilo ihane achila je bhakti seho gela darashane. Gadādhara had good faith in him after hearing about him. But now that he saw him, that faith was lost. Gaudiya Bhashya. Gadādhara Pandit Goswami considered that remaining totally aloof from material enjoyment and maintaining strict celibacy were religious principles. But on seeing Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi's items of enjoyment, he thought that Puṇḍarīka was devoid of devotion to Vishnu, a gross materialist, and a sense enjoyer. When he heard from Mukunda about the exalted position of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, he thought that Puṇḍarīka would be renounced from all external material enjoyment. But now, on seeing the opposite, his previously acquired faith was diminished. Puji Gadādhara Chitta Śrī Mukundananda Vidyānidhi Prakashite Korila Aramba. Understanding the heart of Gadādhara, Śrī Mukunda happily began to reveal Vidyānidhi's glories. Gaudiya Bhashya. On seeing Gadādhara's disturbed mind, Mukunda began to accurately reveal Vidyānidhi to him. Krishner prasade Gadādhara agochar kichu nahi avidya Krishna se mayadhar. By the mercy of Krishna, nothing is unseen or unknown to Gadādhara, for Krishna is the Lord of Maya. Gaudiya Bhashya. Krishna is the controller of Maya. He is capable of checking the ordinary living entity's intelligence by his manifestation of Maya. That Krishna is always pleased with Gadādhara. Therefore, by the mercy of the Lord, nothing remains unknown to Gadādhara. Mukunda Shushvara Bodo Krishner Gayan Porilen Shloka Bhakti Mahima Varnan. Then Mukunda, who sweetly sings the glories of Krishna, began to recite some verses glorifying devotional service. And now we will hear what happened after Mukunda recited those verses. We'll hear about that tomorrow. We'll leave it at that cliffhanger. All right, so I'm going to, even though we still normally have half an hour for reading time, I'm going to end now because I have a busy day today. So yeah, I'll just do Mahamantra and then Kishore can do Jadavani. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitāi Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol Nitāi Gaur Hari Bol. Kishore Prabhu, did you do Chaitanya?
Jai Nitāi.
Jai
Jai
Nitāi.
Sabrikar Shishi Guru Gauranga Ganharika Giridhari Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Nainath Radha Bihari Radha Madhava Shishi Radha Mukunda Ju Ki Jai Sri Govinda Govinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai Shishi Vrishabhananandani Brajanagar Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Paramaham Sabre Vrajagzari Varyastotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Paramaham Sabre Vrajagzari Varyastotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Vigyan Narayan Goswami Maharaj Pati Pavan Shrila Gurudev Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Stotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Balab Tirtha Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai जय नत्यलेल प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्तिवरान वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेल प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्तिवरान त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेल प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान गौरगंग स्वामी महाराज की जय नत्यलेल प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति भाई भाव पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपादस्तोत्रस्त शिशिमाद भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपादस्तोत्रस्त शिशिमाद भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपादस्तोत्रस्त शिशिमाद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपादस्तोत्रस्त शिशिमाद भक्ति द्वैतमाद गोस्वामी परम गुरु महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपादस्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज परम गुरुदेव की जय जय नत्यलेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपादस्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान जगुरु गुरु शिव वृषभानाविद्वैत दास शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत श्री गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय स्वाप्रिका शिल प्रभुपाद की जय नत्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद महापरम भगवत परवार परमहंस शिशुमान गौर किशोर दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद सप्तम गोस्वामी स्तोत्र शिशुमत् सचिदानंद भक्त विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद वैष्णव सर्वम शिशिल जगन्नाथ स्वामी महाशय की जय सूर्य कुंदवासी सिद्ध शिल मधुसुंदर स्वामी महाराज की जय शिल उर्वदास उदरान दास की जय करविरान आचार्य शिशिल बलदेव विभूषण प्रभु की जय महामहोपरित्याय रसकृष्ण मनीषल विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर पार की जय शिल रसिकानंद मुरारी प्रभु की जय शिशिल रामचंद्र कविराज की जय श्री लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय शिल नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय शिल कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय यशवतार अर्का विशल वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय श्री अष्ट कविराज कुसुर जानव नित्यानंद दुरुष गोपाल श्री चौषति महंत की जय जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सर गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर रमानंद लोकनाथ गर्भ आदि गौर परिशार वृंद की जय नमाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री पुंडरीक विद्यानिधि की जय श्री पुंडरीक आचार्य निधि की जय श्री पुंडरीक विद्यानिधि महाशय की जय जय शिल ईश्वरपुरी गोस्वामी पार की जय शिल माधवेंद्रपुरी गोस्वामी पार की जय जय श्री अंतरदीप मायापुरी सुमनदीप गौतमदीप मध्यादीप गौलीदीप ऋतुदीप जानदीप मातृद्रमादीप रुद्रदीप मात्मका श्री नावरी धाम की जय श्री एक चक्र धाम की जय श्री शांतिपुर धाम की जय श्री गौरचंद्र भगवान की जय श्री श्री गौर गदाधर जीव की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ गोपी कपागो गिरि गोवर्धन वरशर्वनात्माक श्री ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गंगा सखी यामन सखी तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय वृषभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी ठाकुरानी की जय जय श्री ललिता विशाख चित्र चंपकलत टुंग विद्या इंदुलेख रंगदेवी सुदेवी हरि सख्य वृंद की जय जय श्री अनंग प्रेमम जलाले श्री रूप लवंग राग विलस गुण रति कस्तूरी कमल नयन मणि हरि मंजारी वृंद की जय श्री वृषभानु महाराज की जय, श्री कीर्तिदा मैया की जय, श्री श्रीधाम भैया की जय, श्री अनंग मंजरी की जय, जय श्री नंद महाराज की जय, श्री यशोदा मैया की जय, श्री सुबाल मनमंगल आदि सख्य वृंद की जय, श्री धाव भैया की जय, जय श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय, श्री भगवती पूर्णमासी उमाय देवी की जय, श्री गोपीश्वर श्री शिव महादेव की जय, जय राधा पनंतितराम श्री वृंदावन की जय, जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र नीलमार विजू की जय, श्री जगन्नाथपुरी पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र मंडल नीलाचल धाम की जय, श्री तत्व गोपीनाथ की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद आविर्भाव स्थली की जय, जय सर्वा विघ्न विनाशन करे भक्त विघ्न विनाश श्री नरसिंह देव की जय, भक्तराज भक्त पर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्री प्रहलाद लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव की जय, जय श्री चरिधाम चरि संप्रदाय चर्याचार्य की जय, श्री मध्वार मनुजा विष्णु स्वामी नंबदित्याचार्य की जय, आकर मत राशि चैतन्य मार्ग की जय, श्री गौरी मार वृंद की जय, जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमान भगवताम भगवद गीता चैतन्य चरितामृत चैतन्य भागवत जैव धर्म आदि सर्व गौरी वैष्णव ग्रंथ वृंद की जय, त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय, त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन धर्म की जय, त्रिभुवन मंगल धन्य कलु तर्क ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम नाम हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय, श्री आनंदपुरी वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्री संकट गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, जय श्री पुंडरीक विद्यानिधि की जय, जय श्री पुंडरीक आचार्य निधि की जय, जय श्री पुंडरीक विद्यानिधि महाशय की जय, जय परम ब्रह्मन परमा सत्यम परमेश्वर पति पावन प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम स्वयं भगवान जगन्नाथ मिश्र नंदन गौर सुंदर गदाधर प्राणनाथ श्री विशंबर मिश्र निमाय पंडित श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य चंद्र महाप्रभु की जय, परमा दयाल भक्ति स्वरूप अवतार आदि गुरु अखंड गुरु शिशिल नित्यानंद स्वरूप हलदार बलराम लक्ष्मण अनंत देव की जय, श्री नित्यानंद राम की जय, जय श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय, श्री चैतन्य भगवत की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद गौरी वैश्य की जय, श्री श्री गौर गदाधर की जय, जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरि बोल। ओम वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः, पंचाकुलपद्रो कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय।
Jai Ho. Alright, Dandavat Pranams, everybody who's here on YouTube and Facebook. Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Champak Mataji, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, and on YouTube and Facebook, Raseshwari Mataji, Janardhan Prabhu, Surevi Didi, Vidyalalasa Didi, and anybody who else who might be watching now or later on. Dandavat Pranams. So tomorrow we will complete this chapter where Gadādhara Pandit realizes his mistake and takes initiation from Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. And yeah, that will be our reading. Tomorrow will be a short reading also. So if anybody has anything they'd like to say before we end the video, now's a chance.
Our Rasikananda Maharaj, he made one point on that. It's actually quite fitting that Gadādhara Pandit, who's Radharani, is taking initiation from her father. Rasikananda Maharaj said, because who else is she going to take from? What, is she going to take from Krishna? What, Lalita and Vishaka will accept that?
Yes, that's a great point.
So it's quite fitting that Vrishabhanu Maharaj, who's Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, is giving Gadādhara Pandit Diksha.
Yes. Definitely.
Also, did you know that the Shalagram Shila that Srila Advaitacharya worshipped and called down Mahaprabhu? Did you know that the Shalagram Shila is actually on the Shringa Shila?
No, I didn't know that. Very interesting.
read like yesterday that it was actually in the Shringadev Shila.
Huh.
Oh,
very nice.
fantastic. That's nice. Let me hear that one. Where did you read it, Prabhu?
I read it on the Bhaktivedanta Memorial website. The devotee Uri went to Shantipur and asked the Pujari what kind of Shila it was, and he said it was in a Shringadev Shila.
Oh, okay.
So it was the Puṇḍarīka and Shanti.
Yeah, where it is.
Where it is, yeah.
The Puṇḍarīka's place. That place is so charged. That's where Prabhupada used to go before coming to the West.
Yeah.
Oh, Srila Prabhupada used to go there before coming to the West, huh?
He used to
Yes.
go as a Grihasta.
And you're right. And he would just spend hours, probably sometimes whole day, and chanting very intensely and crying. And the Pujari really took note, so they became like a friend or like that. And then he didn't see him for many years. I can't remember all the details, but I know that then the white devotees, European and Western, American devotees started to show up, and they gave him a BTG, and he was in total ecstasy. He realized that he knew Srila Prabhupada, and that he was successful because Prabhupada told him, he was crying, he said, I'm here asking and praying that I can fulfill the orders of my spiritual master. And he was like dancing, like so happy, and say he succeeded, and then he was successful.
Is this is this account given in Mula Prakriti Didi's Mula Prakriti Mataji's book?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe we can read it in detail. That was one of the books that we marked with you. Did we finish it or?
No, we didn't finish it.
No, we didn't.
No.
Yeah, sorry to not being there. I sort of started to be there, and I was in Los Angeles, and I thought, oh, maybe we can meet Kishore, but this doctor and the fire.
No, I understand, bro. It's difficult.
We were only there 3 days.
And we were there like 4 days, I think, and the appointment was right in.
Yeah, it's not
right
practical.
In the middle. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just couldn't. And then I listened to the class afterwards, but then I missed 2 days. And yesterday I was, flying all day, so I got here at night, and so right in the middle, I was actually on the runway. It was funny, like there was reception. So as the plane was still going up, I could, hear the reading, and then it just. Oops.
And then it cut out.
It cut out, yeah.
So for you guys, it's still Christmas Day, right?
Yeah.
It's Christmas Day, yes.
Okay.
Happy Christmas.
Yes, very happy Christmas, and all glories to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ,
Jai.
Abhibhav Titi Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Jesus.
You can do it.
Oh, here, Bala, you can.
You do it. I don't know how to use it.
Let me see.
We dress the deities for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here, I'll share this screen one second.
Raised Jewish, but anyway.
Oh, you used to have a Hanukkah tree. Can you see?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And I don't know if you can see them. Prabhupada story and
Yes.
ownership. Everybody's in red and green.
Very nice.
We got this Jagannath Suvarva right at Narendra Sarovar.
Oh wow!
And, yeah. It was in Narendra Sarovar. It was in Puri, one of the lakes or pastimes where, and it was very special time. I don't know. It's like a lot of people appeared in the place. Characters were coming. There was this baby. It was something special about
They came. They all went in the water.
And then we saw these ladies. a group of ladies all dressed in saris and like that, and they went into the lake. They come out, and we looked, and there was no watermarks on the ground, and they disappeared.
Wow.
It's a very mystical place. And
Very
that's
mystical.
And the Pujari
outside.
gave me those deities.
And Nitāi were traveling with us, so they went to LA, and they wanted to have some boga offer. So we made it for Sundarati.
They were there
before
for the
that.
offering of the food, and they were there for the whole
And
arti.
the Pujari put him on the altar. And
Wow, very nice. Beautiful.
and wherever I go, of course, I have to have Radharamanji.
Jai Ho. Radharaman is the most stylish. Look at that outfit.
I
man.
know, he's just such a treasure. Yeah. Oh, and Krishna Bhamani sent us, Manjari's mom sent us a picture of him dressed as a bumblebee.
And his
Do you have that
teeth were
photo?
showing. It's just on my phone.
Yeah, and sometimes, he smiled, his teeth showed, not in this one, but
Yeah.
so this is our Honolulu display.
Jai Ho. Beautiful.
And this we got in, guess where? In Ramuna at
Oh, yes,
Kirchhoff
Kirchhoff Gopinath. Yes, Kirchhoff Gopinath is one of my favorite
Now we're
places.
trouble with my Kota Gopinath.
Oh, Jai Ho.
Discussions. Anyhow, sorry, Baba said, show him. I'm not getting into it. Haribo.
The greenery
Alright,
is
Dandavat
beautiful
Pranams.
and
Thanos
oregano.
Bananas. He probably hasn't.
Oh, yeah. The vases are basil and oregano.
Okay. Nice.
The neighbors gave it to me, so I thought, oh, that's nice.
Oh, wow, give them some nice benefit. They can
Decorations, yeah.
Great.
It's growing all around the house.
Smells spicy.
Yes.
I'm joking. Okay.
All right.
Haribo.
Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow to complete chapter 6. Jai Gadādhara Pandit, Jai Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, and Jai Nityānanda Prabhu, Śrīvāsa and Mālinī Devi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Radha.
Jai Radha.
Jai Advaita.